Hey my friends, it's so good to have a moment to be able to touch base with all of you guys and just go over another topic that's been on my heart, on my mind to discuss with all of you. It is being anxious about your anxious thoughts. AKA, those thoughts, if you don't know, are called intrusive thoughts. So they are thoughts that you have not necessarily wanted to think, but they're coming through, and then you start obsessing over those thoughts. And I'm just here to tell you today that there is a way to stop this cycle. And any of the skills or techniques that I introduce to you, they're going to be skills that will be helpful, but you have to continuously pursue. I've talked about my healing and, how I was able to overcome. And those are in some of the other videos that I've posted to YouTube before. But, just in a nutshell, between my belief in Jesus and, pursuing a Christian life, and then on top of, just specific techniques that I believe through my faith God revealed to me to help me through, I want to share those with you guys because I really believe that they're useful tools, and I'm not creating these videos just to create them. I'm creating them to share some things that help me in my healing, and I know so many people are suffering. I just want to lend a helping hand. So intrusive thoughts can be stopped. Again, consistent pursuit. How you stop them: stop feeding them. It sounds so simple. It is actually a very simple concept, but to actually apply the concept to your life is going to be its own battle. But, a lot of things are easier to be said than to be done. And I know many of you have heard that saying before. It is very true. But you have to really understand that you do have power in this. You have some control. And the sad thing is, and I don't know if it's something that the world has just taught us, but we think that suddenly, for example, this is an extreme diagnosis, but I'm just using this as an example. When people are told that they have cancer, some people, majority of people, suddenly give cancer power over their life, and they just let cancer run them where it's going to run them. Now, of course, a lot of times you may not have control as to whether or not, you're going to be diagnosed with a certain illness and how that might, interfere with your quality of life. But a lot of people give up their fight. And I believe with mental illness, a lot of people give up their fight. And I don't know about you, but personally, I'm going to go out fighting for mine, because this is a one-stop shop. And that's going to be something that you hear me say a lot too in a lot of these videos. And I know I've said it before, but I'll say it again. This is a one-stop shop. We get one life, guys. I don't know about you, but I'm not going to sit back and let one thing try to take me out. I'm not going to let 10 things try to take me out. Absolutely not. Some of you guys might be in relationships, some of you may not be, some of you may have children, some of you may not. But I guarantee that every single one of you has a reason to live. And I guarantee you're going to want that quality of life to be much better. So stop letting these intrusive thoughts, these anxious cycles of thoughts, to just take you out. I have to say, this is a basic principle and a basic concept too. Anything you feed grows. Think about that for a second. Anything that you feed grows. Starve something if you want it to die. So you literally have to starve your thoughts. So let's say, I don't know, what are some crazy thoughts I used to have, or even still have sometimes, that I have to fight off? An intrusive thought could be, for a perfect example, I love sleeping with the TV on. I've done that since I was a child. It's just something that I need. It's part of me going to sleep. Sometimes my husband will turn the TV off in the middle of the night, and I will wake up abruptly, because I could sense it's off. So I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll start having intrusive thoughts like, something's coming, or there's dark spirits in the room, or blah, 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 literally weird stuff. And I'm just like, why am I even thinking this? So what I could do is sit there and be like, why am I having these thoughts? Oh my gosh, I'm going crazy. Maybe something is really coming at me. Oh my gosh. But instead, you know what I do? I'm like, no, I'm not going to allow this thought to grow anymore. I will not allow it to go further than this. It's just an unwelcome thought. And with my beliefs, I have other believing reasons as to why maybe sometimes stuff like that happens. I believe it's an adversary trying to attack, but I'm not going to let whatever that thing is win. Sorry, not going to happen. And you need to stop letting it happen too. Guys, like, that's the thing. So many people want to just be like petted through things, like, oh, you poor thing, oh my gosh, what can we do, this is horrible. Like, I get that. I mean, this is a tough thing to deal with, believe me, but you know, you can't have that mindset. You have to develop the heart, the drive, the spirit of a lion. You roar to this thing and say, honey, no, you have no power, no control here. And I'm telling you, after a constant pursuit, you will get there. You will get there. Days will start getting easier. Thoughts will start coming and then passing right by, and you gave them no food. You starved them. So they had to leave. So I'm just telling you this because I've been there. Sometimes it still happens and I have to fight my battles. So you fight yours too. My biggest message to anyone dealing with anxiety, panic attacks, let it happen. Stop being like, you know, oh my gosh, I'm having another panic attack. I don't know what to do anymore. My life is over. You stand up and you say, yeah, I had a panic attack today, but that's not the end of my world. And it was scary as ever. But guess what? I'm going to get up and I'm going to keep fighting. Because I deserve to. My life, I'm fighting for my life. Fight for your life, guys. Seriously, fight for it. You know, even this week, there were a couple of times during this week where I was just so anxious. My husband and I, you know, are in the process of building a home. There's been some bumps in the road, a lot of things that we've had to do to get to this point. And we close on our house in about 3.5 weeks. I am so pumped, but it's also been a really tough process. Extremely tough. So, you know, for us, because this is our first time and it's so big and there's just so much involved, I've had some anxious days this week. I really have. I've truly had some anxious days and I've had to fight my battle. And there's even been some times I had to like talk to my husband to get myself together, and he's just like, Adriana, you can't worry about this stuff. Like, you got to trust God. You got to know that everything's going to be okay. And, you know, I thank God for him because he spoke life into me. He reminded me, you know, we're not going to let any situation in our life cause us to go crazy and get so anxious and worried. So I am still using these techniques and principles myself. I have to remind myself some days too. So don't think I'm sitting here just like, oh, la-di-da, been there, done that, got a t-shirt, I'm good now. Like, no, I still fight these battles too. So I'm just here to encourage you and let you know that it is possible. It is possible, and we will all get through this together. The last thing that I want anyone to feel is alone in this struggle, in this journey. You're not alone. There's so many people in this with you, people who have gone through it and came out, people who have yet to go through it. I mean, this is a very common struggle, but I mean, I want us to have a place where we can all get together and we can fight this battle together. And I mean, eventually, I'm in the process of creating something. I'm not going to go into the details of everything right now. It's just me doing it, so I'm trying to make sure that I do this right because I want to create a place for people who are struggling with anxiety, with panic attacks, with depersonalization, derealization. I want to create a community. I am in the process of creating a community. A place where we can all gather together and have a safe zone. Where, you know, Cindy down the street has been dealing with DPDR. She hasn't told anyone about it because she's afraid, but she has a place that she can go to talk to people who are in the same boat as her. And not just a typical forum, guys. This isn't going to be just like a typical forum where you come and spill your guts out here. I mean, yes, we're going to have that available for you to be able to discuss, you know, your feelings or things you're going through. But, you know, I want this to be a unique community where you can leave feeling refreshed, feeling inspired, feeling hopeful for your healing, knowing that change is on its way. Oh, there's my son. But yeah, I mean, just, we're going to do it. We're going to make this happen. I can't exactly give a date when, but I'm really in the works of making something happen. And I'm actually glad that I mentioned it in this video, which is going to hold me even more accountable, because, you know, being a wife, being a mommy, working full time is tough. I don't know if any of you guys are doing that, but it's a tough job, and it's one that I'm so thankful for. I'm so thankful to be a wife. I am ecstatic to be a mom. I've lost many babies. The fact that that boy back there, Mr. Elijah Emmanuel, is mine, just sinks my heart. He's changed my world in so many ways. I love my baby, love my husband, love our life, but it's busy, and it's hard to try to create time to do certain things. So, you know, something that might traditionally take someone 1 week might take me 2. I mean, and I'm really trying hard to prioritize my time so that I can work on this. There's so much more involved in what I want to say about it, but I can't mention anything until everything is in stone, because again, it's just me working on it. I'm trying to create partnerships with people to get more trained professionals involved. I'm working on getting trained in other areas. I mean, like I've said before, I've conducted so much research on this topic, but I'm working on just getting some more things officialized before we move forward. But I want to create a movement here. That is my goal. Sorry, these people are like looking at me. I am creating a movement, okay? So it's important to me to deliver what you need. And I would love, if any of you that watch this video, it would just give my heart so much joy if you can comment below and just tell me what you need. Tell me what you're looking for. Obviously, you want healing. And that's what our road is. That's what we're journeying towards, the healing process of anxiety, anxious thoughts, DPDR, panic attacks. That is that's my specialization that I'm trying to work into here. I mean, again, as I mentioned before, a lot of the principles we go over can be used in many different areas, but for me personally, that's my mission, because that's what I've experienced. So I know those feelings, and I can speak to those feelings because I felt them before. So as I mentioned, I'm working on getting partnerships together. I am working on getting some stuff going here, because we are going to reach a place of healing, and we're going to have friends. We're going to have a community of people who link up and love each other through this process. So please comment below any suggestions you may have, if you'd be interested in being a part of it. And I can go into further detail for some of you guys that reach out to me, exactly what I might be referring to as far as like partnerships and such. But yeah, comment below. Tell me what you're looking for. What would be the most helpful for you? If I create a community for people who are dealing with anxiety, DPDR, panic attacks, what would interest you most? What do you feel like you need through this process? And I won't repeat myself again, because I think I did already twice. But yeah, so you guys can always follow me on my personal social media. I mean, I have, you know, I just post my regular life on that page. I don't really post too much about DPDR. I've added my testimony to IGTV and to Facebook, so I've shared with people that I've struggled with this. And as I move forward in creating the movement, I actually have a name for it too, but I don't want to mention it just yet. You're going to just have to wait on that one. But on creating the movement, you know, I'm definitely going to start getting extremely vocal about it on social media. It's just I need more things in stone with it before I can do that. So I'll post my social media below, and please comment. Please comment. And I'm here to create relationships with you guys. Like, something I think is so cool about the internet is how there's like billions of people out in the world, and we can all connect in one platform. Like, excuse me, like so many people use Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. I'm not a huge Twitter user, never really have been, but it's just amazing to me. It's insane that we just have these phones and we can reach billions of people through this one tiny little device. So, you know, I'm here to create relationships with you guys, and I want to be friends with you, and I want to, you know, get to know you and do anything that I can to help, because ultimately my job is to be a servant. So I'm here to serve. So get in contact with me. I'll post everything below. I love you guys. If no one has told you today, I love you. I care about you. I believe that things will get better for you. There will be better days. Better days are coming. So I love you. Make today great. Make it great. Just make it great, because you're great. And I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.